Bonjour, and welcome to Travel with Demal Consult. If you're planning your very first trip to Paris, get ready to fall in love with one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Known as the City of Light, Paris is overflowing with history, art, culture, and unforgettable experiences at every turn. But with so much to see and do, where do you even start? In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 10 must-see places that every first-time visitor simply can't miss. From iconic landmarks to charming neighborhoods, this guide will help you make the most of your Paris adventure. So grab a croissant, sit back, and let's dive into the magic of Paris. The first on my list is the Eiffel Tower. No trip to Paris is complete without visiting its most iconic landmark, the Eiffel Tower. Standing at 324 meters tall, this iron marvel was initially met with criticism when it was built for the 1889 World's Fair. But today, it is a beloved symbol of the city and one of the most recognized monuments in the world. For first-time visitors, seeing the Eiffel Tower up close is a truly magical moment. Whether you view it from the Trocadero Gardens, the Champ de Mars, or the Seine River, it commands your attention and admiration. For the best experience, take the elevator or climb the stairs to one of its viewing platforms. The first and second floors offer stunning views, dining options, and exhibits about the tower's history. But if you're feeling adventurous, go all the way to the top for a panoramic view of Paris that will take your breath away. Be sure to visit in the evening too, when the tower lights up and sparkles every hour on the hour. It's a dazzling sight you won't forget. Number 2 is the Louvre Museum. The Louvre is not only the most visited museum in the world, but it's also a cultural treasure trove that spans thousands of years of human history. Housed in a former royal palace, the museum itself is a masterpiece. From the glass pyramid entrance to its grand halls and galleries, the Louvre is an experience in itself. As a first-time visitor, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer size and scope of the collection. With over 35,000 works on display, including sculptures, paintings, artifacts, and decorative arts, it's impossible to see everything in one visit. But there are a few must-sees you shouldn't miss. The Mona Lisa, of course, is at the top of the list. Though she's smaller than many expect, the crowd she draws is a testament to her mysterious charm. Other highlights include the Venus de Milo, the Winged Victory of Samothrace, Liberty Leading the People, and Napoleon III's opulent apartments. You could spend hours, even days here exploring different wings, each with its own story. To make the most of your visit, consider booking a guided tour or using the museum's app to navigate the highlights. And don't forget to take a walk around the Louvre's courtyard and the nearby Jardin des Tuileries for even more architectural beauty. Third is the Notre Dame Cathedral. Though the tragic fire in 2019 significantly damaged Notre Dame, it remains one of the most important historical and spiritual landmarks in Paris. Located on the Rue de la Cité, this Gothic masterpiece has stood for over 850 years and is deeply woven into the cultural fabric of France. Even during its restoration, the cathedral draws countless visitors who come to admire its exterior, study its history, and pay their respects. The twin bell towers, the iconic rose windows, and the flying buttresses make this building a textbook example of Gothic architecture. Even if you can't enter the cathedral during your visit, simply walking around it is rewarding. From the front, you can appreciate its detailed font. Walk around to the rear to see the famous gargoyles and the graceful apse. Also nearby is the Pont de l'Archetge, a lesser-known but peaceful place to sit and view the cathedral from across the Seine. Don't miss the crypt beneath the plaza or the nearby Shakespeare and Company bookstore, a haven for book lovers and literary history buffs alike. Fourth is Montmartre and the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Montmartre is one of Paris's most romantic and bohemian neighborhoods. Perched on a hill in the northern part of the city, this area has long been associated with artists, poets, and free spirits. As you wander its cobblestone streets, you'll find traces of the past everywhere, from Picasso's former studio to cafés once frequented by Renoir and Toulouse-Lautrec. At the summit of Montmartre sits the gleaming white Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Built in the late 19th century, This Romanesque Byzantine church offers one of the most spectacular panoramic views of Paris. The interior is equally stunning, with its grand mosaics and peaceful ambience. Don't rush back down the hill. Take your time to explore Place du Tertre, a lively square where local artists display their work and offer portrait sketches. The neighborhood also offers charming bistros, secret staircases, and street art at every turn. Montmartre feels like a village within the city, offering a slower pace and a taste of old-world Paris. Fifth is the Seine River Cruise. A Seine River Cruise is one of the most relaxing and romantic ways to experience Paris. The river cuts through the heart of the city, and a cruise offers an entirely different perspective on its most iconic landmarks. Whether you take a daytime ride to soak in the sights or a nighttime cruise to see the city illuminated, this is an unforgettable experience. As you glide along the water, you'll pass by the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Notre Dame, the Musée d'Orsay, and several of Paris's famous bridges, like Pont Alexandre III and Pont Neuf. Many cruises also include commentary in multiple languages, so you can learn more about each site as you go. You can choose from basic sightseeing cruises to gourmet dinner cruises with live music and wine. For first-time visitors, this is a perfect introduction to Paris's layout and its architectural grandeur. It's peaceful, picturesque, and a wonderful way to unwind after a day of sightseeing. Sixth is the Champs-Élysées and the Arc de Triomphe. The Champs-Élysées is perhaps the most famous avenue in Paris, stretching from Place de la Concorde to the Arc de Triomphe. Lined with theaters, luxury shops, cafés, and landmarks, it's a lively place to walk, shop, and people watch. The highlight of this area is the Arc de Triomphe, which stands proudly at the top of the avenue. Commissioned by Napoleon to honor the victories of his armies, the arc is adorned with intricate sculptures and engravings. Beneath it lies the tomb of the unknown soldier, which is marked by an eternal flame. Climb to the top of the arc for a fantastic view of the city's symmetrical layout with 12 grand avenues radiating out from the monument like the spokes of a wheel. Watching the traffic circle from above is almost hypnotic. If you visit at sunset or twilight, the city lights start to glow, making it even more magical. Seventh is the Palace of Versailles. Although located just outside of Paris, the Palace of Versailles is an essential day trip for first-time visitors. Once the opulent residence of Louis XIV, the Sun King, Versailles is a symbol of absolute monarchy and extravagance. The palace and its gardens are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and among the most magnificent in Europe. Inside the palace, you'll walk through rooms that are dripping in gold, lined with mirrors, and filled with priceless art and furnishings. The Hall of Mirrors is especially jaw-dropping, a long corridor filled with glittering chandeliers, mirrors, and windows that reflect the palace gardens. The gardens themselves are just as impressive. Designed by Ander La Neter, they feature geometric flower beds, grand fountains, tree-lined walkways, and sculptures. Rent a bike or a rowboat to explore the Grand Canal. Don't forget to visit the Trianon Palaces and Marie Antoinette's estate for a more intimate look at royal life. A visit to Versailles offers not just beauty, but also a vivid glimpse into France's complex and fascinating history. Eighth is the Latin Quarter. The Latin Quarter is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Paris, brimming with intellectual energy, historic landmarks, and bohemian charm. Located on the left bank of the Seine, it gets its name from the Latin language, once commonly spoken by the students of the Sorbonne University. Wandering its narrow, winding streets, you'll find a lively mix of bookstores, cafés, music shops, and student hangouts. The atmosphere is youthful and vibrant, yet steeped in centuries of history. Stop by the Panthéon, where many of France's greatest minds, including Voltaire, Rousseau, Marie Curie, and Victor Hugo, are buried. Other highlights include the beautiful Luxembourg Gardens, a favorite spot for locals to relax and picnic. This neighborhood is ideal for slow exploration, where every corner seems to hide a piece of Parisian soul. For literature lovers, the Latin Quarter is also home to the legendary Shakespeare and Company bookstore. Ninth is Saint-Chapelle. Often overshadowed by Notre Dame, Sainte-Chapelle is a hidden gem located just a short walk away on the La de la Cite. This Gothic chapel was built in the 13th century to house precious Christian relics, including the crown of thorns. But what truly sets Sainte-Chapelle apart is its breathtaking stained glass windows, covering nearly every inch of the upper chapel's walls. The 15 massive panels depict over 100 scenes from the Bible in vibrant color and intricate detail. When sunlight pours through the glass, the entire space seems to glow with divine light. It's a spiritual, almost ethereal experience that's hard to describe and even harder to forget. The lower chapel is lovely in its own right, with a more subdued and peaceful atmosphere. Don't miss this architectural and artistic masterpiece. It's one of the most beautiful interiors you'll ever see. And finally, number 10 is the Musée d'Orsay. For art lovers, the Musée d'Orsay is a must. Housed in a stunning Beaux Arts railway station on the left bank, this museum holds the largest collection of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist masterpieces in the world. It's smaller and easier to navigate than the Louvre, making it ideal for first-time visitors. Here, you'll find works by Monet, Van Gogh, Degas, Renoir, Cézanne, and many others. The building itself is part of the experience, from the giant clock windows that overlook the Seine to the ornate architecture that blends industrial and classical design. Highlights include Van Gogh's Starry Night Over the Rain, Renoir's Dance at Le Moulin de la Galette, and Degas' ballerina sculptures. The museum also features Art Nouveau furniture, photography, and decorative arts. After your visit, relax at the museum cafe or take a stroll along the riverbank. The Musée d'Orsay provides both cultural enrichment and visual delight, making it a perfect end to your Parisian art tour. And there you have it, 10 unforgettable places in Paris that every first-time visitor should experience. Whether you're strolling under the Eiffel Tower, admiring world-famous art at the Louvre, or sipping espresso at a sidewalk cafe, Paris has a way of capturing your heart like no other city. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Travel with Damal Consult, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a travel tip. Have you been to Paris before? Or are you planning your first trip soon? Drop your favorite Paris spots or questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy travels and au revoir.